This episode of the A.T.TIPSCAST is sponsored by TextHelp, provider of the award-winning literacy solution Read and Write Gold. Is your child or student struggling with reading and writing? Read and Write Gold from TextHelp can help. Read and Write Gold's text-to-speech software is for individuals with reading or writing difficulties, those with learning disabilities such as dyslexia, and English language learners. Its customizable toolbar integrates with common applications and provides support tools for reading, writing, studying, and research. With Read and Write Gold, students of all ages can get the support they need at school, home, work, and now even in the cloud. The TextHelp web apps allow users to access their favorite Read and Write features in the cloud, anywhere, anytime. To learn how Read and Write Gold can help your struggling student, visit texthelp.com or call 1-888-248-0652. That's 1-888-248-0652. And as a special offer from now until May 31st, 2013, you can receive 10% off any online order of Read and Write Gold by entering the code A.T.TIPS 13 save 10 upon checkout. That's A.T.TIPS, the numeral 13, save the numeral 10. Order your copy today. Welcome to the A.T.TIPSCAST, exploring and investigating the implementation of assistive technology in public schools. I'm your host, Chris Bouguet. This is episode 115, recorded on April 27th, 2013. I recently received an email from a teacher asking for help to generate strategies to do some last-minute reinforcement of vocabulary. She needed these before the big assessments for her 3rd and 4th grade students. Specifically, she mentioned looking for foldables, interactive websites, and experiences that could be replicated at home. What follows is an account of some of the strategies I sent to her. My thought here is that if they helped her students, then they might help other students as well. Enjoy A.T.TIPS 351 through 354, which are all ways to review, reinforce, or practice vocabulary words. The first strategy I sent involved using Read and Write Gold version 10's vocabulary list builder. This allows you to enter the vocabulary words into a list and then instantly produce a table that contains the word, the definition, a picture, and a place to write notes, which some teachers use as a place for students to use the word in a sentence. I know this strategy wouldn't be useful for you immediately if you don't have Read and Write Gold, but this teacher does have access to Read and Write Gold, and that's why I told her about it. The second strategy I sent involved a resource I learned from my colleague Judith Schoonover. She found a page on Pinterest about using paint chips in education. Paint chips are those little cards you pick up in the paint section of your local hardware store so you can see what color paints are available. One way to use paint chips is to put words on one side and definitions or pictures on the other. Students could then group words by colors, alphabetically, or by synonyms and antonyms. Alternatively, synonyms and antonyms could be placed on opposing sides of the same card. To add a digital element to the paint chip, place a word on one side and then a QR code on the back that takes the student to a text, audio, or video resource that explains the definition. For more ideas, you can visit bit.ly/paintchipsideas. I'm going to call paint chips to practice vocabulary A.T.TIP 351. The third strategy I mentioned was the interactive website vocabulary.co.il. This free website has a variety of fun, flash-based games that can be used to explore vocabulary terms. Some are very simplistic, like the synonym and antonym games, where the user is given a word and a couple of possible answers. The user selects an answer and is notified if that answer is accurate or inaccurate. The site is a bit ad-heavy, but once you select the game you want to play, you can blast it up into full screen mode, effectively eliminating the ads. The games are a bit drill and kill, but remember the teacher asked for some last-minute cramming, not big project-based learning strategies, so I'm still calling this A.T.TIP number 352. The fourth strategy is along the same lines as the previous strategy. Freerice.com is a website that provides a vocabulary word and 4 possible meanings. The player selects the meaning that is most closely related to the target word. This site starts out with basic words and then adjusts the difficulty the more you play. The site also has a built-in speaker icon which, if selected, reads aloud the target word. It doesn't, however, read back any of the 4 choices. For every correct answer you get, freerice.com donates 10 grains of rice to help end hunger. When you select the correct answer, your donation is automatically counted without requiring any further action on your part. Players can play as long as they'd like and subsequently donate as much rice as they'd like. The site runs entirely for free and at no profit. All of the money raised by the site via sponsors goes to the UN World Food Program to help feed the hungry. Sponsors make all payments to the World Food Program directly. The site also has different subjects like math terms, science-related vocabulary, language learning games, SAT test prep, and actually there's even more. Head over to A.T.TIP number 353, freerice.com, and let your students make a difference. The fifth strategy I sent this teacher was A.T.TIP number 354, wordnik.com. That's word, N-I-K.com. When I first started to explore this site, I thought it was a little bogus. I mean, I liked how the initial interface made it difficult to get lost because there is just one field in which to enter a vocabulary word, but I didn't like how the site only yielded an all text-based definition. Then I noticed the see and hear links on the right side of the results page. These allow the user to see many images of a subject and hear the words spoken aloud. A user can also simply scroll down to see other options as well. When a user creates an account, which is also free, they can record their own pronunciations and put words into lists. Students could record themselves saying a word, state the definition of that word using their own words, and then use that word in their own sentence. Students could also maintain lists from week to week to build a library of definitions they have learned, or to keep track of words they always seem to spell wrong or confuse in some way. The lists in wordnik.com could act like a quick, customizable resource that students build on their own, like a private digital dictionary. I actually sent this teacher a few more resources as well, but that's all the time we've got for this A.T.TIPScast episode. I'll share the other strategies in a future episode. Before signing off, I wanted to ask for a quick favor. If you found the A.T.TIPScast useful in your practice, please consider leaving a review on iTunes. It only takes a moment to give the A.T.TIPScast a 5-star rating and to leave a quick message about why you like the show. The more people who leave positive comments, the easier it is for others to find the show. Thanks for listening and for continuing to spread the word about the A.T.TIPScast. All of your support is really appreciated. Until next time, may all your interventions be inclusive, may all your strategies be supportive, and may all your words be well defined.